Hello students, in this video let us see how we can find square of a given number. To understand this, let us take this following example. Find the square of the following numbers without actual multiplication. Okay, so we have to find square of 42, that is 42 square. To find square of this number, what we do is that we write 42 as 40 plus 2, correct? 42 is nothing but 40 plus 2. So we write 42 as 40 plus 2 and you have the whole square. Once we write this, we use the formula a plus b the whole square. And what is a plus b the whole square identity? This is a square plus 2ab plus b square. So using this identity, we have a plus b the whole square is a square, so 40 square plus 2 times ab, so 40 into 2 plus b square, which is 2 square. So on simplification, 40 square is 1600 plus this is 4 2s are 8, 2 8s are 16, so 160 plus 2 square is 4. And by adding all this, we get this as 1764. So 42 square is 1764. So without actually multiplying 42 into 42, we can find square of 42 by using this method. Let us take another example. 39 square. 39 square can be written as 30 plus 9 the whole square. Okay, because 39 is 30 plus 9. This is equal to, this is again of the form a plus b the whole square. So we have a square, so 30 square plus 2 times ab, so 30 into 9 plus b square is 9 square. 30 square is 900 plus this is 540 plus 81, so with this is equal to 1521. So in this way we can find the square of given numbers without actually multiplying the two numbers. Now here there is a special case, or you can say a trick, which can be used to find square of numbers which are ending with 5. For example, say you have here 25 square. Now if you want to find 25 square, what we can do here is, we multiply, here there is 2, right? So 2 you multiply with the number after 2. The next number you get after 2 is 3. So you multiply 2 into 3 and then this you multiply by 100 plus 5 square is 25, so 25. So this is what, this is 3 2s are 6, 6 into 100 is 600. So you get here 600 plus 25, which is equal to 625. Another example, 75 square. So I told you, consider this number, multiply this number with the number after this. So 7 multiplied by 8 into 100 plus 5 square is 25. So we have here 7 8s are 56 into 100 plus 25. This is equal to, you multiply this, so 5600 plus 25, and on simplification you get this as 5625. So in this way we can find the square of a number ending with 5. Next we will see very important thing, that is Pythagorean triplets. Pythagorean triplets are nothing but they are numbers which satisfy the Pythagoras theorem. Now Pythagorean triplets means it should have 3 numbers. So Pythagorean triplets are these 3 numbers. Say for example a, b and c are 3 numbers, so that they satisfy the Pythagoras theorems. That is c square is equal to a square plus b square, or one of these, okay? Or it can be a square is equal to b square plus c square, anything. So it is basically these 3 numbers that satisfy the Pythagoras theorem. Now how to find Pythagoras triplets? There is a method we can use to find Pythagorean triplets. How do we find it? So for any natural number, say you have a number, it should be a natural number which is greater than 1. What we have is that 2m the whole square is equal to m square minus 1 the whole square is equal to m square plus 1 the whole square. Means what? Here 2m m square minus 1 and m square plus 1, they form a Pythagorean triplet. Okay, they form a Pythagorean triplet. Okay, because you can see this is of the form side, or say a square is equal to b square plus c square. Correct? It is like of that form, Pythagoras theorem form. So in this way, if you have a number m, we can find a Pythagorean triplet by using this method. To understand this, let us take an example. Write a Pythagorean triplet whose smallest member is 8. So it is given the smallest member is 8, but we don't know whether it is 2m, m square minus 1 or m square plus 1. So when we don't know, what we do is that we use trial and error method to understand this. So let us take, say, let m square minus 1 be equal to 8. Then what will be m square? M square will be equal to 8 plus 1, which is 9. So which number, when you square, will you get this equal to 9? So you know, when I square 3, I get it equal to 9. So your value of m is 3. So m is equal to 3. So what is 2m then? We need 3 numbers, right? 2m, m square minus 1 and m square plus 1. So your 2m will be equal to 2 multiplied by 3 equal to 6. What is m square plus 1? M square plus 1 will be 3 square plus 1 is equal to 9 plus 1, which is equal to 10. And m square minus 1 is 9 minus 1 equal to 8. Therefore, the triplet is 6, 8 and 10, in which 8 is the smallest number. Now let us try to verify whether the triplets that we have got is correct. You know, this is the highest or biggest number, so this has to be the hypotenuse, correct? So you have to square these two numbers and add. So let us take 6 square plus 8 square is equal to 36 plus 64 equal to 100. And what is 10 square? 10 square is also equal to 100. So we see 6 square plus 8 square is equal to 10 square. So these numbers, they satisfy the Pythagoras theorem. So these are Pythagorean triplets. Now let us find Pythagorean triplet and in which one of the members is 8. So we are given that one of the members, it is either 2m, m square minus 1 or m square plus 1, one of these is 12. So since we don't know which of them is 12, let us take m square minus 1 equal to 12. Then m square will be equal to 12 plus 1. So m square is 13. Okay. So we see, can you find a number or an integer which when you square you will get 13? You have not come across any integer which when you square you get 13, right? You have got 5 square is 25 and you have got 3 square is 9, 4 square is 16. So you don't get any integer whose square is 13. So we can say m square minus 1 cannot be equal to 12. Let us take m square plus 1 equal to 12. Then m square will be equal to 12 minus 1, which is 9. Okay. So means what? You can find some number whose square will be equal to 9. Correct? But can you find a number whose square is 9? What about 3 square? 3 square whose square is 11? No. 3 square is 9. 4 square is 16. 5 square is 25. 2 square is 4. So we cannot find an integer whose square is 11. Correct? So m square plus 1 also cannot be equal to 11. Correct? Even m square plus 1 cannot be equal to 12. So the only thing left, we have checked this, we have checked this. The only one left is 2m. So let us take 2m equal to 12. Then what will be m equal to? M will be equal to 12 upon 2, which is equal to 6. Therefore, m is equal to 6. So we have found the value of m and we know what is 2m. Now we have to find m square minus 1 and m square plus 1. So m square minus 1 is 6 square minus 1, which is equal to 36 minus 1, and this is equal to 35. And m square plus 1 is 6 square plus 1, which is 36 plus 1 equal to 37. So which is the required triplet? The required triplet is 12, 35 and 37.